This is a presentation about SenseIT IoT, an Internet of Things application that captures critical data from around the world in real time. SenseIT captures data from different sensor manufacturers, uploads the data to SenseIT's cloud, standardizes the record format, and inserts the data into a HANA database. SenseIT can be used with direct ERP integration, such as SAP Business One, or without ERP integration using SenseIT's own portal, or in combination of the two. In the not-too-distant future, a set of APIs will be developed to support loosely coupled integration with other ERPs and transportation management systems. This presentation follows a shipment of critical and expensive pharmaceuticals costing about $7,000 to $9,000 per vial from a United Health Services facility in Binghamton, New York, directly to a patient's home. The pharmaceutical is expensive, but the real value is the patient need. The medicine must arrive on time and cannot be compromised during shipment. In this case, the temperature cannot exceed preset maximum and minimum thresholds. These shipments are performed in concert with United Health Services, Trios, a specialized life sciences logistics firm, and Domain Consulting Group. The sensor selected to monitor these shipments is the Emerson Go Real-Time XL. This sensor is a one-time use sensor and is accurate to 2 decimal places, or 1/100th of a degree. It is important to note sensors used for shipment of pharmaceuticals must be calibrated, and this sensor is calibrated. The sensor is extremely easy to use. It ships with a paper tab running down the front. Users activate the sensor by pulling the tab out of the container, at which point the batteries make contact and the sensor begins beaconing. SenseIT captures and stores temperature data in Celsius to support the international and scientific community. SenseIT is flexible. Users wishing to see temperature displayed and reported in Fahrenheit can do so by changing the display setting. For these temperature-sensitive shipments, the sensor is placed in a styrofoam ice pack. The combined package is the medicine, the sensor, and the ice pack. The package is placed in the styrofoam container and then sealed. This shipment is perishable, valuable, and critical. You're looking at the shipment screen of the SenseIT Portal, listing all the active shipments for this customer. We'll open the portal, we'll open the screen, and this is a screen where you either set up a new shipment or you can modify a current shipment. SenseIT identifies and assigns a unique shipment number. Users can define a description, and if the system is integrated with ERP, this number would be populated. We define the customer, the from and to location, and the contact. The contact is very important because that is the email address to which any alert would be sent, and an expected start date and start time, and the carrier information. In this case, we don't have a master tracking number, but later you'll see there's a specific tracking number at the package level. SenseIT supports a tiered customer scenario, meaning Trios is a customer of SenseIT. Trios is a logistics company. Trios has a customer, United Health Services, but as a logistics company, Trios may have many customers. Trios can see the data of all its customers. However, the customer of Trios can see only their data. It's a tiered approach. It's very secure. On the previous screen, we defined the shipment. On this screen, we define the packages that are on the shipment. There can be one or many packages on a shipment, and at the package level, we define a sensor and we assign the tracking number as well. We can define the package as far as length, width, height, and weight, a little bit about the type of product that's being shipped, and we indicate whether it's hazardous or perishable. Today, this pharmaceutical is perishable, and we'll leave hazardous unchecked. We also have planned begin date and planned end date. We have also fields for the actual end date so that we can have a more accurate description, because quite often the plan and the actual end date and time are not the same. Down here, we assign the thresholds. In this case, we're interested in temperature threshold only, and we define a range of 2 degrees centigrade to 8 degrees centigrade. If this shipment goes above 8 degrees centigrade, an alert is instantly sent to the contact assigned above. When we define these fields, we save the sensor, and then we click on the provision sensor. That switch, that icon, actually activates the API, and it goes to Emerson and provisions the actual sensor. At this time, the sensor is live because we pulled the tab out of the front, activating the battery, and we have it now logically connected to this shipment, and we're receiving the data on the time frame that we define. In this case, we defined every 60 minutes or every hour. It could be more frequent or it could be less frequent. This is the geospatial view of this shipment. It's a local shipment, so the map is enlarged. In this case, there are no red trucks, meaning that the temperature was not exceeded. Had it been exceeded, the icon would be red and an alert would have been sent to the contact. When we hover over a truck, the underlying data is displayed, and you can see the longitude, latitude, and temperature. None of the other data points at this point, except for the date and time, are pertinent to this trip. The SenseIT data can be reviewed and analyzed from 4 perspectives. 1, the raw database can be used for deep analytics by an expert. 2, an export to a spreadsheet for end-user manipulation. 3, the graphic that you see in the right-hand column. And the 4th is SenseIT's own summary report. In addition to temperature, SenseIT can sense GPS location, humidity, impact and tilt on 3 axes, and light. And SenseIT is designed to be flexible to bring on new measurements simply and fast. In addition to pharmacy, other SenseIT use cases are food, plants, fine cabinetry and woodwork, and electronics. Thank you for your attention to SenseIT IoT and this shipment of valuable pharmaceuticals. There are several other YouTube presentations covering sensitive shipments of chemicals, fine cabinetry and woodwork, and electronics. You are welcome to view those as well. If you are interested to learn more about SenseIT IoT and how it may fit into your environment, please contact us using the information on the slide. Once again, thank you for your attention.